So recently, as I was getting materials to make my custom-made Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 suit, which would mainly be my suit for Star-Lord, but as I was just looking around to see any Funko Pops and possibly get 2 or 1, I don't know what I was gonna find there, but I'm so glad I came across this. And honestly, oh wait, you can't even see the damn. Hold up. There we go. Alright, so I honestly had to get this since I'm pretty hyped up for Volume 3 as it's coming out next week. But, I'm gonna be seeing it on the 3rd of May, which is gonna be exciting. Oh, and one more thing. Let me just, hang on, let me just show this off for a sec. Yeah, cool, right? But that's not the cool part. I got glowing eyes, mother. And if I hadn't mentioned already, Star-Lord is going to be the first MCU character to be dropping an F-bomb in the MCU, which shall be historical. With that being said, hello everyone, welcome back to another movie review on the channel. So we are now 1 week away from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 coming out. And last night, Marvel just had their world premiere, which means I gotta stay off Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and especially YouTube, just to avoid spoilers. And that's going to be hard, and I can already tell that I'm going to get spoiled either way, because as I mentioned in my Endgame Infinity War review, actually mainly my Infinity War review, spoilers has become my arch nemesis, and now it shall follow me wherever I go. But jokes aside, though, I actually need to stay offline. I really don't want to get spoiled for this movie. Which means I should probably stay off TikTok, because some a-hole will probably comment below who dies in Volume 3, just like how they spoiled who was Ghostface in Scream 6. So last week, I reviewed Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, but I'm gonna have that video uploaded on the 1st of May, as I just decided, screw it, I'm just gonna have that uploaded in May. As I thought of having it uploaded on the 28th, but then I changed my mind about it. And yeah, I made that review around like the 21st of April, as today's date is the 28th of April. But as of me recording this video, I'm going to be uploading it on the 2nd. And I probably should have said that we're now 1 week away. Well, I mean, as of right now, today's date is April 28th. We are now 1 week away from Volume 3, but by the time you're seeing this, it'll be May 2nd, where you're just going to be like a couple of days away from seeing Volume 3. As I'm going to have Volume 1 uploaded on the 1st of May, and then this video uploaded on the 2nd of May, and for 3rd, that's where I'm going to be attending to the IMAX marathon for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And you may possibly see my movie vlog on Thursday, depending, but for my review, hopefully I could get it out on Friday, May 5th, as I just have trouble just trying to have my reviews out on Fridays and mainly on a Saturday or Sunday. I don't know, like it's so annoying. Still, with that being said, I did take notes to talk about Volume 2 since I kind of had trouble talking about my thoughts with Volume 1. And notes can just sometimes help me out with reviews, as I just feel like I am terrible at talking about my thoughts. I mean, it shouldn't be too hard. I just talk about whatever I just liked about the movie, disliked about the movie, but just, I don't know. I would sometimes look for other people's reviews for comparison to see what I gotta do properly, because I would like to eventually go to early advanced screenings, and who knows how long that's gonna take. Maybe 5 years I'll end up going to one. Okay, maybe 5 years is a bit much, but I don't know. And holy moly, I'm gonna take off my jacket. It is no joke. I'm actually burning up in here. I don't have a fan. I don't have those screen door thingamajigs for my window, as like if I open my window right now, I can easily just jump out of there and just sneak out in the middle of the night, do whatever I want. But I'm not going to do that. But I currently have my entire window filled up with a bunch of Funko Pops. About 70, actually. But just like, holy crap, it's now sunny and nice outside, but damn, it is freaking hot. Like, I know we're like, wait a sec, we're actually close to summer, as spring is coming to an end in around May. But actually, though, it's like getting hot in here. Holy crap, I gotta take out my jacket for that. But anyways, let's talk about my thoughts with Volume 2 of Guardians of the Galaxy. Also, besides wanting to get this and prep for Volume 3, this was perfect to use for my Volume 2 review, as I don't know where the hell I did with my Volume 2 cups. And what am I talking about? So as of 2017, I was getting really hyped up for Volume 2, as I did not expect to like Guardians of the Galaxy, but as soon as I watched that movie, yeah, I ended up loving it, which surprised the hell out of me. And with Volume 2 coming out, oh yeah, I was gonna be hyped for Volume 2. Just like how I'm hyped up for Volume 3. And by the way, I did just finish building all my Volume 3 Lego sets. And I may just do a separate video just showcasing all my Lego sets I got for Volume 3. And I just cannot help but stare at the new Guardian ship, which, like, I didn't expect it to be... I expected it to be a little bit big, as it was shown in the box, but it's not as big as I thought, but I'm not complaining. And I just can't help but stare at it, as it just looks gorgeous. Okay, I'm getting off topic. But yeah, since I ended up loving the first one, of course I was gonna get hyped up for Volume 2. And as I was getting super hyped up, I had my mom take me to Dairy Queen so many times. Not only to have some delicious Oreo blizzards, but also get the cups. As Dairy Queen were selling these blizzard cups that had Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Well, mainly characters. And I would collect every single one. And in fact, I did collected all of them. And I would have them right here just to showcase it for my Volume 2 review, but I don't know where the hell they are. I'm hoping I still have them. If not, I am truly going to be upset about that. But yeah, once I would finish eating the blizzard, I would then use wipes just to clean it out so I wouldn't have spiders coming into my room. And yeah, I think there were like 6 or 7 different cups. I don't know, but yeah, that just showed how much I was getting hyped up for Volume 2 around the time. Now, even though I did not have the chance to see Volume 1 in theaters, thank God I got to see Volume 2 in theaters, and man, was that a blast. Actually, I'm now just realizing that I reviewed 2 other MCU movies that came out in 2017. I have only seen 2 in theaters, sadly not Homecoming, as I'm a bit pissed at my dad for not taking me to see Homecoming back in July of 2017. Thanks a lot, Dad! I still cannot believe I did not see Spider-Man Homecoming in theaters. I even got to see The Amazing Spider-Man in theaters. Okay, got off topic, but back to what I was saying earlier. I've reviewed not only Homecoming, but also Ragnarok. Both films that came out in 2017. And there are 3 MCU movies that came out in 2017. And now I'm reviewing Volume 2 that came out in 2017. So that means I've officially reviewed all 3 MCU films that came out in 2017. Actually, same goes for 2018, as I just reviewed also Black Panther, and just recently Infinity War, and also recently Ant-Man and the Wasp! God dang! I probably should have said that for the end of the review, but oh well. Now I just need to complete the 2019 review series, as I reviewed Endgame recently, and Far From Home around the time as I was getting hyped up for No Way Home. Now I just gotta review Captain Marvel, which shall be probably later this November. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Okay, I've gotten way too off topic, but I did recently make a playlist of me reviewing all MCU movies in the Infinity Saga, since I figured why not just make one for the Infinity Saga, since I'm doing separate playlists for me making videos covering the Multiverse Saga, as I have a playlist of Phase 4 and a playlist for Phase 5. Okay, enough getting off topic. Back to the review. So yeah, hopefully I still got the Volume 2 cups. I just gotta go through all my boxes that I got in my closet. But what are my general thoughts with Volume 2? This may be a hot take for me, but I kind of thought I was a bit underwhelmed and maybe a little bit disappointed with all 3 MCU films that came out in 2017. If you've not seen my review for Homecoming and Ragnarok, I mentioned about how I just had issues with movies. Now, of course, they're both good MCU movies. It's just they were... Homecoming was a bit 50-50 for me, but after No Way Home, I now have a change of opinion about it. And Ragnarok, I was a bit conflicted, hesitant. I mean, I liked it. It's just... there's just some stuff that just didn't work for me, but now having to see Love and Thunder, I may just like it more than Love and Thunder, as that had so much potential and was sadly wasted. But actually though, around the time, I basically felt underwhelmed with all 3 MCU films. And by all 3, yeah, that also includes Volume 2. Yes, I enjoyed all 3 of them, but there were just some stuff that just did not work for me. But having to watch all 5 shorts of I Am Groot, I just felt in the mood to watch Volume 2. Now, I don't know how many times I've seen Volume 2. I definitely have seen it once in theaters, maybe twice, but I highly doubt it. I definitely probably watched it a couple of times as soon as it was on DVD, maybe twice at home. But back to what I was saying. So, after having to... actually, I could pretty much just get all the other Groots that I got up on my window as I've just got all 6 I Am Groot Funko Pops that I did not even know they were Funko Pops. I'm glad to know that, as I came across those at GameStop about 2 months ago, I think. I would put them on the table just to join alongside with Baby Groot, but that's gonna be frustrating having to take out all the Funko Pops, and I'm trying to risk not. I'm trying to make sure they don't fall down out of my window. As the people that lived here before we moved in, they did a good job taking care of this house. This house was a bit of a disaster, but we had it cleaned up. But it's still a pretty old house that's a little bit busted. But hey, we gotta work with what we got. But yeah, like I said earlier, I did enjoy all 3 films that came out in 2017. There's just some stuff that bugged me that I just did not like. But as I was saying earlier before I got way off topic about the Funko Pops on my window, after watching the I Am Groot shorts, I just felt in the mood to watch Volume 2, and all of a sudden, I had a better appreciation for it. Now, it may not be as good as Volume 1, but it's still a pretty good movie that James Gunn's directed with his casting crew, which would be his friends and family. Something that I did mention in my last review for Volume 1, that I just liked how James Gunn has his friends and family part of it, especially his brother, who plays Kraglin in all three Guardians films. And also his Suicide Squad movie, where he was Weasel. But it's funny to know that I was underwhelmed and a bit disappointed with all three MCU films that came out in 2017. Like, damn. But I was a dumb kid back then. I didn't understand jack squat, especially in the movies. Now having to rewatch them, being a little bit more older, I now have a better appreciation for them. But the dumbest reason to why I was not too much of a fan of Volume 2 was because you remember around that scene in Volume 1 where Peter was holding the Power Stone, and we thought that, oh, he's toast, but it's revealed that he's only half human and half whatever the flip he is. So yeah, it's revealed in this movie that he's basically part celestial, part god, whatever you can call him, whether it's celestial god, I don't know which one to call him. You know what, I'm just gonna go with celestial. So yeah, it's revealed that he's half celestial and half human in this movie. I mean, we already knew he was half human. We just didn't know what the other half was. And around the end of the movie, as soon as they killed off Ego, not only did that mean that Ego would be X'd off, but Peter would end up losing his powers, and that was one of the reasons why I was not too much of a fan of this movie. I was annoyed and upset that he lost his powers. Now looking back at it, that's like the dumbest reason I had to why I was not too much of a fan of Volume 2. But with me now being older, I could still say that I'm a little bummed out that he lost his powers, but I've gotten over that. But it's kind of stupid of me that I had that as my reason for why I was just not a fan of Volume 2. Like, dude, what was, like, that is the dumbest criticism I had for Volume 2. It's like saying that I did not like Infinity War because Thanos snapped his fingers and killed half the population, and then 1 year later I like it because I saw Endgame and all that. Like, just, oh my god. Again, I was a dumb child back then. As of right now, I like Volume 2. I love both Infinity War and Endgame. Actually, I take back the like bit. I love Volume 2. But again, I don't think it's as good as Volume 1, but it's still a pretty good damn movie. But yeah, now that I'm older, I have a changed opinion about Volume 2. Sure, I could still feel bad that he sort of lost his powers, but hey, that's whatever. But what are my actual nitpicks with the movie? We'll get to that later, actually. Do I get to that right off the bat? Crap, I think I've lost track. But even though I was a bit underwhelmed with all three MCU movies around 2017, if I had to pick which one I enjoyed the most, I would go with Volume 2 if I'm being honest. Sure, I'm a huge, massive fan of Spider-Man, and I did enjoy Thor Ragnarok. That movie was awesome, even though I was so upset that he not only lost his hammer, lost his eye, and then his freaking home. I just had a lot more fun with Volume 2, and I may have a soft spot for it. Even though I do think Volume 1 is better than Volume 2, I could see myself just watching Volume 2 probably as many times as I want. I mean, same goes with Volume 1, but just, I don't know, there's just something good about Volume 2, even though it's not as good as Volume 1, and I guess it's hard to explain about that. I mean, not everyone thinks that Volume 2 isn't as good as Volume 1. There are some MCU fans that actually prefer Volume 2 than 1. And one of them that I would know would be Joe, which would be known as HZ Joe. But since I'm mentioning about Joe, I might as well give him a shout out. So yeah, be sure to follow him on all his socials. But like I said, even though I don't think it's as good as Volume 1, even though I somewhat have a soft spot for this movie and would see myself watching this as many times as I want, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's still a pretty good movie that James Gunn has made. It's well balanced with the humor and the serious tone, and it is both entertaining and enjoyable at the same time, which is, well, I guess that's probably the reason why I would see myself watching this. Like, both Guardians films, I see myself watching multiple times, because I do think that the Guardians films are probably one of the best MCU movies out there in the entire MCU line of movies and TV shows that we got going on. And of course, the soundtrack is another banger, and the action is just awesome to watch. As I was working on my Star-Lord costume, there was just one song that I kept repeating on a loop as I was just playing the playlist on my TV, and it would be this song. We have a bam, bam, Shang-Li as a show, la 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 la. Bam, bam, Shang-Li at the show, la 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 la. Me. I'm sorry, I just, that song is just so good. Please don't make it what it's not. We got a wham, bit messy. Then again, my hair is never perfect, which is so freaking annoying. So what are the positives I got for Volume 2? And right off the bat, I know that I've said that Grogu is the cutest, adorable little creature I've seen in the entire galaxy, entire universe. Hell, in the entirety of the multiverse, since we're now in the multiverse era, as we're no longer in, like, the, just... Still, what I'm trying to say is that even though I've said that Grogu is the cutest thing I've ever seen, before he even debuted it in The Mandalorian, there was one other baby that was adorable in the entire galaxy / universe. And you're looking right at him. Obviously, Baby Groot is just straight up adorable in this movie, but not only he's adorable and cute at the same time, he's also a freaking menace. Especially the fact that he killed one of the Ravengers that were bullying him in a scene where, like, they had him as a mascot, and it was just kind of hard to watch just to see Baby Groot just tortured by those a-holes. But hey, he got his revenge as he killed one of them by just throwing him off the freaking, thingamajig in the Ravenger ship, whatever, but still, though, Baby Groot's a freaking menace. And this is something I actually forgot to mention in my Volume 1 review. I've already mentioned this in my review for I Am Groot, but it's still heartbreaking to know that this is not the same Groot from Volume 1, and that version of Groot actually died in Volume 1, and that this is his son. Like, just... Damn. What's also heartbreaking to know is that both versions of Groot have died. One has died in Volume 1, and this one died as a teenager in Infinity War, as he just got turned to dust from the snap. And at first, I was annoyed about him saying I am Groot in the first movie, but then I've gone over that as I'm used to that. But for real, though, I would like to know what he's saying in Alien Translation. Because what I do know is what he said in Infinity War was that I love you, Dad, to Rocket. But not only that, he's also apparently been swearing a lot throughout the entire MCU, probably mainly in Infinity War. But actually, though, I would like to see the script of what he's saying in I Am Groot. Like, I would like to know what he's saying in English. Is there, like, a YouTube video that shows that? Like, for example, like how there's Baby Yoda scenes, but with subtitles. But another positive I have for the movie is Yondu. And honestly, he's like the MVP of this movie, as there's just dedicated screen time to his character. And I'm gonna get to my thoughts about his death later in the movie. We also have a new character named Mantis, who's also great in the movie. Just one question. How the hell was I not aware that Mantis was half related to Peter Quill? From 2017 to last year, I was not aware that Mantis was actually related to Peter. Because from last year, and I probably have mentioned this in my Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special review, but just, I'm still shocked to know that Mantis is actually related to Peter. Like, how the hell did I not know about this? And seriously though, I literally have found out about this from last year. As apparently there was a Marvel Legends short that was on Disney Plus, but then was removed because it features a spoiler about Mantis telling Drax that she's Peter Quill's sister. And obviously that moment where she told Peter that they're related and the holiday special was just straight up adorable and heartwarming. Wait a sec, we're not talking about the holiday special. I've already done a review for that. We're talking about Volume 2, damn it. But seriously though, I'm still shocked to this day that I'm just finding out that Mantis is related to Peter. Like, what the hell? How have I not known about this? Why didn't no one told me about this? But I gotta give props to Marvel Studios with the marketing for Volume 2, because they've, like, released, like, 3 trailers, and, what's so good about those trailers, besides being awesome, especially around the third one, which I would watch on a loop, as the trailer music would have, the change. Besides the trailers being awesome, they gave us nothing about what the movie was about. Like, seriously though, back in 2017, I had no idea what Volume 2 was going to be about. And I know that the gold people that were shown in the trailers, and forgive me for not knowing their species names, but I could care less because, as Rocket said in the movie,
you know, they told me you people were conceited douchebags. But that isn't true at all.
yeah, they are total D-bags. But as I was saying, I know that they were showing the trailer, and it was looked like they were probably going to be the main villains in the movie, but I highly doubted it. Not only did I not know what the movie was going to be about, as the trailers did a good job not telling us jack about the movie, I didn't know who the hell was going to be the villain for Volume 2. Especially when it came to that crazy plot twist in Volume 2, which, oh my god, I cannot wait to get this off my chest. But actually though, props to Marvel Studios for just not telling us jack about what Volume 2 was going to be about, because we were all clueless as hell. But by the end of the third trailer, it was revealed that we are going to be meeting Pierce's dad in the movie, and obviously I lost my about that. And I honestly didn't think he was going to be the main villain in the movie, and let me just make this clear for y'all. I may be a Marvel fan, but I'm only a fan by the movies. I don't know what the hell happens in the comics. Because I'm going to assume that Marvel fans that have read the comics probably could have saw this twist coming. Because again, I don't know much about the Marvel comics. I've only seen like breakdown videos and all of that, but just I have to believe that if I have read the comics, for example, the Guardians of the Galaxy comics, I probably should have saw this twist coming a mile away if I knew something about Ego. Well, I've not read the comics, therefore I did not saw this coming, as it was revealed that the main villain of the movie was Peter Quill's dad. I could not believe that plot twist. I mean, I know that they were teasing something that he was probably going to be the main villain, or that he was later revealed. I don't know. I know that they were probably teasing something about it, but I was a kid at the time. I didn't understand jack squat about plot twists. Or just mainly, I don't know. And it was probably this scene that made me go, oh my freaking god, he's the main villain?
It broke my heart to put that tumor in her head.
What?
No, all right. I know that sounds bad.
Not gonna lie, that happens to be one of my personal favorite memes from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But as for the cast, of course their interactions with each other were enjoyable and fun to watch in this movie. And if I had any negatives from the movie, I guess, the Guardians just splitting up. I mean, I wouldn't say that that's a negative I got, just maybe a nitpick. And to be honest, I don't even know if I got any nitpicks for this movie, which is possibly another reason why I may just watch, like, basically, I guess what I'm trying to say is that even though I think Volume 1 is better than 2, I would say that Volume 2 would be my favorite. Kind of a similar situation with the TASM movies, as I do think the first one is better than TASM 2, but I would say that TASM 2 would be my favorite. Like, oh my god, did I just figure it out? But yeah, I don't think I got much nitpicks for this movie. Other than that, I do think Ego was a much better villain than Ronan. Now, I don't know if he's like a top tier MCU villain. And not gonna lie, he's kind of giving me Thanos vibes, but only difference between Ego and Thanos. Thanos wants to erase half the population. Ego, he just wants to take out the entire universe just so that there's just him. As for Nebula, I liked her a lot more than Volume 1. And honestly, I like how she's came from being a villain to now being more of a hero, as there would be a trope for villains becoming good guys. For example, Deckard Shaw from the Fast and Furious movies, as he was the villain for number 7, then I guess he pretty much kind of turned good in number 8. But since I showed you guys what was my favorite scene from Volume 1, I'm going to show you what's my favorite scene from Volume 2, and it's this scene.
You shouldn't have killed my mom and squished my Walkman.
Seriously though, what is so good about the chain? Like, that song is just freaking fire, man. Now, as for Yondu's death scene, not gonna lie, I was not expecting this. I did not think that Yondu was gonna die in this movie, and oh man, it was heartbreaking to watch. Now, did I cry? I don't know. Possibly. But seriously though, I was so upset that Yondu died in this movie. Like, he was like one of the best parts of Volume 2, and he sadly dies in this movie as he sacrifices himself to save Peter. But one of my favorite lines from Yondu would be this line: "He may have been your father, but he wasn't your daddy." And I guess here's a little bit of a fun fact to know about this scene, and this is just something I've heard. So around the time they were filming Volume 2, Chris Pratt had recently lost, well, not recently, but around the time he had lost his dad, but he tried to stay happy with the cast and crew. But as soon as they filmed that scene where Peter was basically losing his dad that he didn't know he pretty much had, which would be Yondu, that was basically his real father. I mean, not like real father, but just, you get what I mean. But Chris Pratt basically let out all of his emotions just imagining him losing his dad, and just, it's just something I've heard about. Actually, now that I think about it, that's not even a fun fact about them filming Volume 2. That's more of a sad fact. And one last thing before I end it off here. Volume 2 has the most post-credit scenes than any other MCU film, as apparently this movie has got 5 post-credit scenes. I mean, I've already seen this like a couple of times. I was aware that this movie had a bunch of post-credit scenes. I just didn't know how many, but 5? God dang! We usually just get like 1 to 2. 3 is like a rare thing. 5? Damn, James Gunn. But yeah, with that being said, those are just my thoughts with Volume 2, and if I had to give it a rating, it would be an 8.5 out of 10. And again, yeah, I would think Volume 1 is better than Volume 2, but I may prefer this over Volume 1. As I've already explained earlier, why I may just have a soft spot for Volume 2. But I'm expecting that Volume 3 is going to be the best one in the trilogy, which everyone has already came out saying that it's the best Marvel movie since Endgame. And I've like basically have heard that multiple times where they've said Wakanda Forever is the best movie since Endgame. And oh wait, that's actually the only thing I've seen that I've heard someone say best Marvel movie since Endgame. No, actually, around the time when they were releasing early reactions on Twitter, I saw someone tweeted out that it's the best Marvel movie since Endgame. I guess it's just their opinion. I don't know. Okay, I've gone off topic. But with the reviews now out, everyone's just praising Volume 3, and I've already seen a TikTok video about Soups going to see Volume 3, and this is a picture of him after the movie. He's sobbing his eye sockets out. Like, no joke. Volume 3 is just gonna emotionally destroy me in the theater. Not the same way with... Actually, possibly the same way with Infinity War. But actually, though, I'm definitely gonna be devastated in the theater because as it turns out, I pretty much have a huge attachment to the Guardians characters. But we shall know what my thoughts are for Volume 3 by the time I see the movie in IMAX on May 3rd. So do stay tuned for a movie vlog. And I'm gonna try and make a video of how you guys can make yourself your own Guardians of the Galaxy costume. It may not be the same type of video I did with Shang-Chi, but I know what materials you're gonna need if you're gonna want to make that, and also the suit that I still need to work on. But yeah, as always, I'll see you guys in my movie vlog for Volume 3, which I'm definitely gonna be seeing Volume 1 to 3 in IMAX on May 3rd. So it's gonna be a long night. But as always, we are Groot. Also, that was supposed to be a reference to David Hasselhoff. Oh wait, Hasselhoff? No, David Hasselhoff doing that in the credits, which... Actually, one more thing. Besides the post-credit scenes setting up big stuff for the MCU, but also being fun post-credit scenes, the ending credits are just... I don't know why it's so entertaining to watch. But what was also entertaining to watch was that one video where all the cast were just dressed up in like 80s, 90s suits, not suits, outfits, and David Hasselhoff was just in the music video, and Stanley even made a cameo in the music video that I've just recently watched for the first time as I was just working on the Star-Lord costume. Also, I did not know that they were teasing Adam Warlock. I was confused with why the High Priest was saying this line. I will call him Adam. Now being older and having to rewatch Volume 2, I now have a better understanding that that was basically a tease for Adam Warlock coming to the MCU. And I also thought that they had the Soul Stone in that little tube thingamajig. Obviously, I was freaking wrong about that. Okay, I made this video way too long. It is now, as of right now, it's now like 45 minutes long. I'm gonna end the video here and trying to edit this ASAP so I can make my other video where I talk about my top 3 traumatizing movie theater experiences, and they all mainly had to do with superhero movies that I went to go see in theaters. But like I said earlier, we are Groot. Bye-bye!